Hello everyone, and welcome back to the victory lap of Lothric. We're picking up where we left off. We quickly came back to Firelink after defeating a dastardly twink invader. We've got a few people we need to talk to before we can head back to the Cathedral of the Deep. So first of all, let's speak to this miserable old bitch and give us some Umbral Ash, the Paladin's Ashes.
Passing fine ash thou'st given.
Yes, let this ash bestow nourishment. So this will give us access to both undead and dual charms. We will get access to the Crescent Axe, which traditionally wielded by a Way of White clerics. We know that Nico, one of the cleric knights from Dark Souls 1, wielded this before he went hollow with Rhea, was it Rhea of Thorland? Morning Star, which was used by Petrus because he was a cleric. One of my favourite hammer class weapons. Actually, I have quite a strong fondness for the Morning Star. I used it quite a bit back on when I had the game on the Xbox One. I had a dueling character who used the Red-Hilted Halberd and the Morning Star. Really fun weapon. Canvas Talisman, obviously a Way of White relic, and I think that's it. Oh no, and Lloyd's Shield Ring, obviously, because the Ashes mentioned Allfather Lloyd. So there you go. Ring given to Knights of the Way of White depicts Allfather Lloyd's Shield of Cast. Boost damage absorption when HP is full. Much time has passed since the worship of Lloyd was common in the Way of White. The clerics of Kareem have always strongly asserted that Lloyd was a derivative fraud, and the Allfather title was self-proclaimed. Indeed. So I think I touched on this sort of back on one of the earlier episodes in High Wall of Lothric. So seems like the church has moved away from Thorland, the Church of the Way of White, that is, have moved away from Thorland and now is sort of centred in Kareem, and they have now discredited Lloyd as a fraud, and like it says here, the Allfather title was self-proclaimed, so some random fucking priest was said, oh yeah, I'm the uncle of Gwyn, I am Allfather Lloyd, worship me, all that stuff. So let's buy that, could be quite useful. Oh, we didn't get the life ring actually. Yeah, let's buy that as well. Cool. Thank you. Bring me more souls. Right, let's go give some scrolls into Orbeck.
Back again, I suppose.
Let's give him some shit.
Oh my. This is stupendous. And the undead legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown. Thank you for upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing, so you may put these new sorceries to use.
Interesting. And we also have the Golden Scroll of Ulasil.
Well, this is very unusual. It's from Ulasil, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find.
Indeed, they would. Well, yeah, I believe when we read the Golden Scroll, it said this was the collective works of the Xanthus scholars. So the Xanthus scholars already own this knowledge. So I don't know what you're talking about, Orbeck. Oh, excellent. We brought him some stuff, so he's got some more stuff to say.
You're a fine sorcerer now, no mistake. You should have something to prove it. Go on. If I'm giving something away, you'd better well take it.
Well, thank you, Orbeck. So he gives us the Young Dragon Ring. I think the trigger for that is that we've bought a bunch of sorceries from him and we've given him some scrolls. So thank you, Orbeck.
I don't mean anything.
And now he goes back to being a miserable git. And that's also triggered him to sell Pestilent. Well, it was Pestilent Mercury. I don't know why they changed it to Pestilent Mist, but highly dangerous sorcery employed by Dragon School spooks, only taught to trusted members. Release dense mist that eats away at HP. Beware, as the caster is not immune to its effect. A body caught in the silent mist cloud lies still, while the face twists in a tortured scream. Names of those learned sorcerers became feared for this gruesome spectacle. So they changed it from Pestilent Mercury to Pestilent Mist. I'm not sure why. Maybe they want to distance themselves from sort of real world science. Oh well. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, we got a load of souls. Let's buy a bunch of this stuff. Because we're going to want to complete his quest. Yep, thank you. Twisted Wall of Light. Very interesting. And oh, we can afford all of them. Nice. So all the sorceries of Ulasil are all very passive sorceries. None of them are offensive at all. They're all sort of support sorceries. So cast light. Light producing magic is elementary, but nonetheless demonstrates the pure nature of golden sorceries, the likes of which have not been developed even in the Dragon School. Repair, the effects of this spell are rather subtle. Foundations are a well-guarded secret. Light is time, and is reversal of its effect as a forbidden art. Very interesting. The weapon itself undergoes no inherent change. Blah 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 blah. So basically all the sorceries are about light manipulation. Yeah, very good. I'll have a read of these on my own time, and if I find any interesting tidbits of lore, I'll point them out.
How do you like gimmicks?
Oh, we've brought some enough spells that.
This is a sign,
yeah, a gesture.
a cipher employed by sorcerers who use quietude to their advantage.
So he trusts us now. So he's letting on a little bit more about his character. So he is an assassin of the Vinheim Dragon School, and this is sort of the gesture that they use to sort of identify friend from foe. And it's one of my favourite gestures as well. And we get the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring. Actually, quite a good ring, especially for an invader if you're trying to be sneaky.
With this, you can be sure to tell friend from foe from your very first encounter. It's a very old practice at this point, but one that you deserve to know.
Well, thank you very much, Orbeck.
I don't mean to say
yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he trusts us a little bit more now, and
promise to stay safe.
Oh, and he even promises us to stay safe. That's very nice. Okay, and we got something for Cornix here as well.
There you are, unkindled one. I am.
Okay, let's give him the Great Swamp Pyromancy Tome. Actually, I don't think we read that. Yes, let's give that a quick read before we give it in. Nothing too interesting. Pyromancy Tome from the Great Swamp, containing advanced pyromancies. Give to the old master pyromancer to learn the advanced pyromancies of the Great Swamp. Spells of the Great Swamp are passed down from master to pupil. Without a master, there is no pupil, but without a pupil, there is also no master. So nothing much to go on there. Just sort of emphasising the importance of the master-pupil relationship with pyromancers.
Yes, here we are. It's been long indeed. With this, I can teach you more sophisticated pyromancies. Splendid. I can boast I am your tutor a little longer.
Indeed you can, Cornix. I don't think he'll go away if we don't give him anything. I think he just stays here forever. We haven't got any souls, so fuck him.
If you seek pyromancy tomes, take this sage advice. The lands of the lords converge upon Lothric. The home of pyromancy's drifts comparatively close as well. At least, that is what pyromancers of the Great Swamp believe. The place is called Izalith. Oh, how I wish to behold a primal pyromancy. Well, these are old tales. No one knows where the truth begins or ends.
So he's telling us about the existence of Izalith, and you know how the remnants of Izalith is drifting quite close to Lothric, which we will find out is true.
If you seek the lands of
very good. Okay. There's one thing I did want to point out. Where Cornix is sitting, there are dead crows. Like real deal dead birds, and like hunks of meat and stuff. So fuck me, you know, crows, Velka. You know, the garb he's wearing is covered in sort of like black feathers. Fuck knows, absolutely, who fucking knows? This guy, he doesn't really have a lot of story to him, and he's a little bit disappointing as a character. He's got some good fashion though. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we don't have anything to give to Arena. Oh, we got the coal that we can give to
well, man,
Andre.
just what neat.
Alright, whilst he's talking, I'm going to sip my coffee just a second.
Well, well. What What's the undead legion doing with a cold such as this? I'd heard one of the crystal sages had sided with Farron's abyss watchers. I suppose it must be true. You should know, this coal is imbued with magic. First one I've ever seen. Hardly a surprise, is it? I've never been one for books or wise men.
Indeed, no real lore there. But now we can do some more infusions. Which ones can we do now? Yeah, so Crystal, Blessed, Deep, I think we're allowed to do now. We might end up using a Blessed infusion for a special occasion a little bit later on. Okay, thank you, Andre. And now Grey Rat's back, now we've killed the Crystal Sage.
Oh, hello. You've come at a good time. It took some prowling, but I finally made a score. Go on, have a gander.
Well, thank you, Grey Rat. Anything else to
You
say?
can keep the ring.
So yeah, he's got some good shit now. He's got a greater variety of weapons and shields, and he's got a few extra armor pieces. We haven't got the soul sword or any of that yet, but I'll be coming back and stocking up on some of this later, so we can have a nice variety of weapons to use.
Goodbye. And stay modest.
That's very good. Alright, but thank you, Grey Rat. Right. We've been putting this off. Oh dear, curse ahead. Yes, indeed. Yol. Yoli, yoli, yol. Right, we've died a fair few times during this playthrough so far, so let's draw out our true strength, shall we?
Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
Ooh, a free level, you say? Well, I shan't say no. Right, let's go to 15 vit. Oh, only the one? Oh, you absolute fucking cheapskate.
As I have said.
Oh, balls. I thought it was 2 deaths to level up. Maybe the deaths don't stack. Yeah, that's probably it. You have to die twice, then get a level up, and then you can die another. Right, sorry about that. My controller disconnected for some random reason. Right, okay. Hopefully that hasn't affected the recording. In fact, I might just record that now. There we go. Right, let's carry on our merry way. Okay, so I'll have to come back and do that later. He has given us a dark sigil for that. Accumulates curse. A black gaping hole in the flesh that resembles the brand of an undead. The darkness of humanity seeps from this bottomless pitch black hole. The gap filled by the accumulation of the curse. This dark sigil will never heal, but there is a tale told of a firekeeper who returned from the abyss and brought great comfort to the bearer of the curse. One of the more important items in the game, at least lore-wise, and sort of explaining a little more of the nature of the curse. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but the dark sigil is simply the dark sign, but that is not enwreathed in flame. Where's our dark sign? There it is. Sign of an accursed undead. The dark sign returns the bearer back to the last bonfire. Maybe not. Yes, it's a great big hole in the flesh that humanity seeps out of. And this is a mark of hollows, for it will eventually turn us hollow. Still a point. It's still a point of the lore that I'm a little bit confused on, sort of the nature of the dark sign and the dark sigil, and their relationship to each other. But oh well. All right, let's head back to Cathedral of the Deep. Let's put my mask back on. Alright, sorry Gale. We will talk to him later so we can get him to move on from this place, but right, let's make some tracks. Let's stick on Dry Finger and let's be on our merry way. Alright, let's see if we can get some good invaders in. Let's send this back down. Just in case we die Right, first off, this is somewhat an area that I always fucking forget. And this slime trap. Actually, these guys are not called slimes. They are, I think, called writhing piles of flesh in the guide. I'll have to double check that, but I know it's not. They're not a slime. They're piles of flesh, and we find them in various areas throughout the game. And it seems like they're sort of sentient, you know, mushed up piles of human bodies. And because we find them in abundance in those sort of pools later on in the Cathedral of the Deep, where the giants are sort of stomping around, and you see there's loads of bodies and corpses piled up along the edges, and it looks like the giants have been stamping bodies into sort of paste, and there's sort of globs of flesh that are still writhing and living there, which I think is quite interesting. And obviously, oh shit. Oh I knocked her out of it. Yeah, obviously Aldrich is a writhing pile of flesh as well. He's just a big fucking blob. So maybe that's the writhing piles of flesh that we find dotted throughout the game are just sort of remnants of Aldrich that have just kind of sloughed off him. Right, so deep gem overlooking dark, deep, abyssal pool. I think that is, if you look closely at the effects at the water's edge, that is sort of like a body of water there. There's only a few areas that we are able to see this deep pool. But there's a video on YouTube called The Bastard's Curse, and it goes into great detail about the nature of the deep and its relation to real-world religions and Shintoism and all that. And the guy theorizes that the deep is sort of this sacred pool that was sort of revered by the Way of the White, and it eventually became corrupted by like the abyss, and became the deep, and became a resting place for sort of many foul things. It's quite interesting actually. There's whoa, Ellie. Oh shit, that was bad. Oh shit. There we go. That giants come in all sort of sizes. I mean, these ones are fucking huge, but we find ones that are not even half as small as this guy. Cute. Give me them exploding bolts, baby. Best bolts in the game. Right. Oh fuck! Double hit. Right, just get out of here. Great trap for invaders to use. Oh, hello. That giant could do some serious fucking damage. Right. Let's go up here first. Right, and the evangelists patrolling up around here. Obviously we find evangelists around here because this is where they come from, the Cathedral of the Deep. And they're collecting undead with their sort of undead slave workers to bring them to feed to Aldrich. Whoop. Sorry, love. You can see on her body, if I can swoosh her around, she is carrying the notched whip. Yeah, you can just about see it there. Whoop, no, I don't want to buff. Thank you. Yeah, she's carrying the notched whip on her body, used for bloodletting. Let's read the item description to that one. Where are you? Yeah. A whip with thorny spikes that shred skin causes heavy bleeding. The cleansing chapel uses whips such as these in order to produce the drops and puddles to wipe clean during its rituals. So, it makes sense that the evangelist would carry that. Very good. Good lore, Dark Souls. Right, get that ember. Let's get out of here. Right, more thralls. No trap for you, motherfucker. Yeah. Right, seek guidance, the miracle that nobody uses. And I've been meaning to. I suppose I could just look it up online, but go through the game with seek guidance on, and have a look for any, because it shows up developer messages, and there are various developer messages hidden that can only be seen through seek guidance. Where are we? Yeah. Miracles of Stray Souls displays more help from other worlds and reveals summon signs without using an ember. So I believe it displays the summon signs, but it doesn't mean you can summon them. So you can be unembered, but still see if there's summon signs around. So I suppose it makes sense if you're not interested in PvP, you go through the game unembered and you get to a boss fight or a boss fog door, and you can use that miracle to see if there's any summon signs, to see if it's worth embering up. Faith serves as a guide for clerics, meaning that they should have no need for second-hand wisdom. Be that as it may, this miracle has been passed down from soul to soul, providing a tiny ray of hope for the lost. Very good. Right, something I've been meaning to point out as well. These statues, very, very interesting. These statues. Oh, you bastard! Don't interrupt me whilst I'm talking about lore. Yeah, these guys are very, very interesting. We see these statues dotted all over the cathedral, sort of someone weeping with their head in their hands, and this massive malformed growth appearing on their back. And it's so interesting because obviously the Londor pilgrims have shells on their back, as does the cleric starting set. And you know, if you had a massive, great big fucking tumor on your back like that, you're going to want something to cover it up with. So one would assume that is what the Londor pilgrims and all the clerics are trying to hide or prevent by wearing the shells on their back, because it said something about to stop them becoming a seedbed for the spreading darkness. And you know, that looks very abyssal to me. Can you see underneath? Maybe that's the woman, the crying woman. Can you see? No, you can't really see. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So maybe that's what they're trying to prevent. They were trying to prevent. Okay, so be wary of liar, Mr. Mimic. Let's use a Lloyd's charm. Let's get up. Oh, another symbol of avarice. Nice. So now I've got two symbols of avarice and a deep braille divine tome. I think you're guaranteed one symbol of avarice through the entire game. If you kill all the mimics, at least one of them will drop you a symbol of avarice. So we've got the deep braille divine tome. And there's two potential people we can give that to. So learn miracles of the deep. A braille divine tome of the deep belonging to deacons of the cathedral. Give this to a storyteller to learn miracles of the deep. Intended to teach divine protection to the deacons of the deep, but later dark tales are added to its pages, such that it is now considered a thing profane. Indeed. So, this video that I was talking about earlier, the Bastard's Curse, and in it he suggests that the deep, like I said, the deep was initially something that was quite sacred to the Way of the White, but it got corrupted and became something quite profane. It became something really bad. And so this is kind of explained here a little bit as well with this divine tome. Teach divine protection to the deacons of the deep, but later the dark tales were added, and it became corrupted and is now considered a thing profane. And it's interesting that it's been kept in this mimic chest, either to protect it, either to stop people accessing it, or to protect it, or to hide it. Who knows? Right, let's just kill this guy. Fuck this mimic. No. No dinner for you. So if we get a third symbol of avarice? No, not quite that lucky. Right. Thrallbro. Dear Thrallbro. Alright, we're going to get invaded by an NPC invader in a minute. Come on. Not before we deal with you, though. Oh, you're gonna buff in my face, are you? Good luck with that. Huh, that went easier than expected. Be wary of ambush. Very correct. Where are you? There he is, monstrosity of the deep. Right, I'm not above choosing this guy because he's an absolute arsehole who can curse you. Right. Actually, got those exploding bolts, might as well fucking use them. Yeah, look at that damage. Yeah, cheating these guys is so much more preferential because every hit can actually curse you, and he flails around like an absolute madman. Here we go. Thank you, Aldrich's Sapphire. One of the more useless rings in the game, but oh well. Where are you? A malformed ring left by Aldrich, Saint of the Deep, recovers FP from critical attacks. Aldrich, infamous for his appetite for flesh, apparently had the desire to share with others his joy of imbibing in the final shudders of life, with luxuriating in his victim's screams. So it's just giving us a little bit more information about Aldrich and his desires and what he gets off on. So he likes eating people, and he likes other people enjoying him eating people. What a freak. Alright, we're going to get invaded by Kirk now. No! No thralls. Not today. There we go, Longfinger Kirk. So these things are spitting out poison mist. Very interesting. Nice environmental trap there. Right, let's get you out of the way. Right, Longfinger Kirk. Or should we call you Dark Wraith Kirk? We know what you were. Hey-ya! Oh, bugger. Oh, fuck me. I don't want to die to Kirk, please. Nope. Nope. So we know from Dark Souls 1, Kirk was a master of two worlds. He was Dark Wraith. Sorry, Kirk. He was Dark Wraith, working for Karth to hunt humanity. But he was also a Chaos Servant, and he was bringing the humanity to the Fair Lady. So it's sort of he is bringing Pale Tongue. He's working for Rosaria now, and he's bringing Pale Tongues to his mistress. So he's gone to serve another mistress now. Either after the Fair Lady died, he wandered around and he eventually discovered Rosaria's fingers and decided to serve another mistress. That's the only real explanation I can think of to why he's there. I know that, like I said before, he's sort of all the fingers of Rosaria represent the different FromSoft games, and he represents Dark Souls 1. So I think that could be an element of it as well. Because everyone loved Kirk. Everyone loved backstabbing him in the sewers. You're just gonna sit there and watch me whilst I kill your mates. Okay. Oh, guard break. Posted, boy. Right, I'm gonna have to see if I can farm some of their shit. Sorry, mate. Right, we won't go and deal with the giant just yet. We want to let Patches have his fun first. It's interesting. You can. I'm not sure what the fuck this does. Like, you can lift up this thing here, but there's no way to get across on it, and it does absolutely nothing. I have no idea what the fuck that's for. Why it's there. Right, let's get the other shortcut, shall we? Still no real world invaders. Very disappointing. Right. Is it here you can see the deep pool? I'm not sure. No, it's the other one. Okay, let's get this door open as well. We won't be going up here just yet, because we need to, in order to trigger Patches to appear, we need to open the front door to the Cathedral. And we need to speak to our bro Patches. Ooh. Is that a couple of mount makers here. I've got it set on PS IDs. You called. Oh shit. Oh, why can't I see you? Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. Alright, let's carry on. See some more very similar statues to the one we saw before, with sort of a spreading, almost like wings, coming sprouting out of his back. Oh, it's Rodar again. Have I heard his name before? Rodar. That name seems familiar. Was he in the last part? I can't remember. Oh, well, I guess we'll find out soon. Was he the one that killed me, or was he the shit one? Right. Again, this is another lever that lifts up this thing, and I have no fucking clue what it does. Like, please, if anyone knows what these barriers do, please enlighten me. Where is he? Okay, alright. How are we going to do this? Alright, let's just kill off some of these flesh mounds before we go into the shit pool. Whilst we wait for the invader to turn up. Oh shit, sorry giant, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, so you can see all these bodies sort of piled up against the side. So no, I don't want to shoot the giant. So it looks like the giant has been sort of stamping bodies into like a paste in this little pool, and sort of like some of the bodies have sort of got shoved up the side of the wall. You can see all these sort of flesh monsters floating around in here as well. Oh shit! Is he over there? Is he? What the fuck? I've never seen him do that from that far away before. What the fuck are you doing? Huh. Very strange. Okay. Alright, let's just go and deal with the fucking giant. This invader hasn't turned up yet. Ow. 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 Alright, maybe not. Oh shit, here's the invader. Oh, please, Mr. Slime, please. Oh god. I don't need this right now. I don't need this right now. Alright, okay. Maybe we won't deal with the giant. It's usually so much easier. Oh, there he is. Yes, this is the same guy. This is the guy I fucking bodied the first time. I wonder if he's gotten any better. Woo! Very L1 happy. Oh god, he's gonna get camped by the enemies, isn't he? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Come on. What do you think that's gonna do? Come on, I'm not going by the enemies. I'm not an idiot. You out of throwing knives now? Have you wasted your throwing knives? Nope. Come on. Yep, play that R1. Dead. GG. He got a little better. He was a little better than when we fought him last time. Thank you for the vertical shackle. Right, fuck this giant. I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker. And you. Don't think I've forgotten about you. Right. Right. Oh, for fuck's sake. I remember giants being able to pivot 360 degrees around. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go. Thank you, Mr. Giant. Now you, Mr. Slime. Get fucked. Right, let's go collect our shit. Drang shoes. Very interesting. Drang-laic, even. Quite good fashion, the Drang stuff. I really like it. Right. Cool. And a pale tongue. So, very, very interesting. All good shit. And the Drang hammers. Right, let's read the Drang set. Arm of the Drang Knights, proclaimed descendants from the land for the legend of linking the fire. Fine protection that is both light and strong, having been reinforced with a rare gay steel. The Drang Knights were once feared sellswords until treason met, descending into the abyss, and they were separated forever. So this is Drang Layout set. This is the Llewellyn set. Chancellor Welliger, what was his name? The ghost guy from the castle. He wore this set as well. And we know the Knights of Drang-laic fought a war against the Giants, and it's very interesting that it's in this pool with a giant in it. Oh, hello. Available to see it. Brave Helios. Okay. Wonder where he's going to be. Right, let's see if we can just skirt around these enemies. Not particularly interested in fighting these Cathedral Knights, especially with an invader about. Okay. Let's get the front door. I think that'll be our best option, rather than faffing around trying to kill these dudes. Right. Right. This will hopefully trigger patches to spawn. Right, I'm just going to quickly save the footage I've got. Right, there we go. Right, how shall I play this? Shall I wait, or shall I go and talk to Patches? Yeah, let's talk to Patches, fuck it. He probably doesn't know, the invader probably doesn't know where I am at the moment, so he's probably hunting me down. And, ooh, trusty Onion Knight, trusty Patches. Another dual charm. Right, oh fuck, there he is. Oh Jesus. I want to talk to Patches, please. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to. In fact, I'm just gonna run this way. I want to stay well out of the way of Patches. I don't want to hit him. There we go. Alright, we can fight up here, it's fine. Alright, this guy's going to be... I really hate fighting these halberd classes. Really shits it. But if he's going to make trades like that... Range for days. Nice, GG. Get edged on. Oh, I always loathe fighting those kind of things, but being able to just poise right through it is a great help. Right, Patches. Let's see what you've got to say.
Well, you look reasonably sane.
Well, thank you.
I am a knight of Katarina.
Oh, really?
I've managed to track down this cathedral's store of treasure. It's right over there, across that narrow part. Treasure. Always so close, yet so far. I'm in quite a pickle, indeed.
This is such a shit trap.
A moment.
I love it.
I know.
Oh, Patches.
Treasure is so sorely tempting.
It was so annoying on my first playthrough. I completely missed the Patches subquest. When I found out that he was in this game, I was absolutely kicking myself. I think, can you see him? through the slit in the armor? I think you can. Yeah, you can. You can see that cheeky fucking bastard with his pointy nose. Oh, Patches. You are so crazy. Alright. Alright. Onion Knight, let's do this. I hope nothing bad happens.
Shame on you, you greedy guts. Thought you could outwit an onion. Well, say hello to the nice giant. He adores visitors.
This is your worst trap yet, Patches. It's interesting in the subtitles. He calls me an insatiable wench. Oh shit! Right, let's just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, sorry, Patches. Yeah, he calls us an insatiable wench, but he doesn't actually say it. Very interesting. Right, so now that we have found Patches, we are able to head up to the rafters of the Cathedral of the Deep. But before we do that, I think I'm going to call it a part there. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and we'll pick up the next part right where we left off, right here.